Oh, I wasn't unmuted yet. Hi. I don't fucking remember who Last Cornflake is. Thank you for the follow, whatever that was. Oh, alright. I need to... I'm just posting that I'm live in a couple places. Alright. Discord. Just doing last minute setting up and then I'll get to gaming. Yes, confirm. Okay. Okay, that's all that. 7 viewers. Hi. Who's whispering me? Okay. That looks like a bot. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Oh, I went from 7 to 1. That's great. Anyways. Oh, my PNG tuber. Hey. Okay. That is open. Which means... Go to the... I forgot about that. Ooh. They called him gay. Get that open. Get stream up on my phone. Start opening the game. And then we're gaming. I hope it goes well. I haven't even opened Genshin in a while, let alone streamed it. Wow. But I really wanted to start playing it again because Fontaine's almost out, and I still haven't finished Sumeru because I don't like it as much as the other countries. Like, Yarkon quests have some solid writing from what I've done so far. Like, I fucking adored the Samsara quest, I'll be real. But, it's ugly and racist in here. I'm not the best person to discuss it, as you can see from my sprite. But, It is a high bar to be my least favorite region, though. Not showing up yet. I don't know how far behind my phone stream is. I'm eating Oreos, by the way. I love creating the worst possible audio experience. Oh yep, it's straight up not capturing, which is good for me because it wants me to log in again. I think that was my password. Right. Make me do your gay-ass sliding puzzle once it loads. It's Eula. Counter password error. It's Eula. It's the same picture of Eula, but a slightly different puzzle. There we go. Okay. Why aren't you capturing? I guess I'll just do display capture. Alright, it's gonna have to download because I haven't played in a couple versions. Whoopsie. Oh, and it's freezing up. I hope I didn't break the stream. Okay, there it goes. Well, while we're waiting more, I should let my private Twitter know. Cause there are my most active viewers follow me there. And there's that. Anyway, this is my first stream since setting up my co-host and deciding to actually use the stream announcements channel in my Discord. So I still have the Discord. The Discord command's been there. Yeah. My main methods have been posting. My main methods of announcing when I'm live have been automated tweets and posting on my personal Tumblr blog. I'm working on setting up a nicer side blog on Tumblr to just be about streams and game dev. Still haven't done that yet, because much for the same reason why I accidentally didn't stream for a couple months. I've been really into Kekai Sensen. I might bring the PNG of Klaus back to sit by me. I miss him. Anyways. So that, I'm still figuring out how formatting on co-host works, but I have a co-host that I will try to... I forgot to set up the command for co-host. But, if you want to do co-host, I'm Orange Carnation on there as well. You can find me. It's fine. You'll live. And I hesitate to I hesitate to call co-host a Twitter alternative because it doesn't fucking feel like Twitter at all. Which is great because I don't like Twitter. Even before it started breaking, that format had no appeal to me. Co-host is a Tumblr clone with what little features of Twitter that I actually liked. AKA, you can post nudity and you have good profile privacy options. That's it. Those are the only Twitter features I like, and co-host has them while having post formats closer to Tumblr. I'm really not going to Blue Sky because I would prefer a website actually just have good moderation instead of having a racism toggle. That's all about that. What else? Oh, I need to update my panels about it. But since Stray Gods, a role-playing musical, just came out today, and I accidentally didn't stream for months after saying I was gonna add Serious Sam to my stream rotation instead of do Nukem. I'm actually gonna put Stray Gods in my stream rotation instead. I'm not gonna stream it right away. I'm gonna wait for a patch or two to make sure it's not a buggy mess. But I'm going to stream it because I've been really excited about that game. They're only a quarter of the way done verifying my file integrity, and I've run out of shit to talk about. You guys should come watch Blood Blockade Battlefront. I would do an essay at you, but I didn't come prepared. But if you like Trigun, which a lot of people have been getting into lately, if you like Trigun, you will love Blood Blockade Battlefront, because it's literally... they're both Yasuhiro Night Owl, and it really shows. Specifically, my initial impression of it was that as soon as he finished writing Trigun, I can tell that he immediately got really into Hellboy. If that entices you, go fucking go check it out immediately right now. And also, if you like Gravity Falls, it has a lot more in common with Gravity Falls than one would probably think just from an initial glance, especially the anime, especially the first season of the anime. Well, also the second, which is closer to manga, because they just made up an additional plotline for the first season, which is fine because it's a good one. I also need to stream Talos Principle, but I still really want to stream at least the first Serious Sam before I do that. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that before already. I forgot how long it takes Genshin to do this shit, otherwise I would've started on this a lot earlier. Whoops. Ugh. $15 minutes! We're 15 minutes in! And I haven't gotten to... I wanna play! I missed the video game! I don't think I've streamed since Case Study of Vanitas came off hiatus. God, it's really good. There's no chapter this month. So, if I stream later this month, I won't have even more to talk about. Sad! But God. I don't think I've talked much about Case Study of Vanitas on stream at all. This may be my first time acknowledging it on stream, actually. I don't know. It's another manga I really love. It's also got an anime by Studio Bones, but unlike Blood Like Battlefront, that anime turned out worse. The first season was solid. Except to save time, they cut out one of the few instances of Domi's heavily implied bisexuality. And then in season 2, they rushed it way too much. And they glossed over a certain very spoilery character's non-binary identity, and also went up to like 1 or 2 chapters before where the manga left off before the almost a year-long hiatus. Which means they're not going to be able to do any more for a while. And also I was so excited for season 2 of the anime, because when I did math based on how much season 1 covered, it seemed like the Govadan arc would have gotten an entire season to itself. It got half a season. I'm fucking mad. Like, the Govadan arc was probably a little longer than it had to be, but it was a lot of fun for all of it. There was a shit ton of lore that they just didn't touch on because of how much they rushed through. It felt like they didn't want to do a second season, I'll be real. I have driven away all my viewers by being too passionate about French vampires. That's fine. I'm still waiting. I'd go actually set up a command to link my co-host. But I'm scared. Because this game's very big. I don't think I've ever had it this OBS and Firefox open at the same time. That smells like disaster. I just realized a pretty good Sumeru team I could do if I leveled up Kali and Shinyan. I'm not gonna do that right now because I just want out of Sumeru as fast as possible. But what I like to do is I like to have one sword character, typically sword and animo, so my main teams are Animo Traveler in my first slot, or Jean. My usual team, see if I remember it right, it's Animo Traveler, Amber, Beto, and Barbara. So I like Animo because it's just fun to play with, and I like Sword because out of the melee DPS options, that's my favorite to actually physically use. Amber because when there's elemental puzzles, I like using an archer for it, and also because of the very specific instances where I actually use archers for fighting, Amber's skill set is my preferred. I think the term would be support DPS. I don't know. I'm scared to actually talk to Genshin fans because they're scary. Eating cookie. And then I have Beto in my third slot because I like having a tank around. Initially, I had Noelle filling that role, but her healing became super redundant with the fact that I also had Barbara, and because Electro is most damaging elemental reactions use Electro, so it's really good to have Beto around. And because I just think she's really cool. And Barbara in the fourth slot for Hydro and Magic, but also just healing. Because the limitations of the healing food system scare me, so I want to use it as little as possible. That is my usual blanket team. My Inazuma team is Jean, Fischl, Yanfei, and Noelle. Noelle acting as the tank and main healing, Jean as my Animo DPS, and for a little extra healing to make up for the fact that Noelle doesn't just have a big spell that heals everyone so much forever. Fischl again, because Electro's good for reactions, and because of the elemental puzzles, and then Yanfei for pyro / magic, and because it turns out she's just really good. My Sumeru team is very lackluster because they expect you to do a lot of grinding, because the only Dendro characters I have are Dendro Traveler and Kali, because I booked it into Sumeru as soon as it launched. There's been more Dendro characters since then, I just don't have them yet. Because I haven't played since they were added. Most of them. There might have been 1 or 2 added last time I played. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's just my main team but with Dendro Traveler instead of Animo Traveler. Because there's still a lot of Pyro puzzles and Electro opportunities. I can actually play the fucking game now. And between Dendro Traveler and Kali, the lower skill levels and lack of constellations I have on Dendro Traveler really make a dent in how much potential damage they can do, but they're still a lot better off than Kali starting off at character level 1. I have leveled her up, but I think mainly just to get the free wish that you get for getting characters to level 20. God, I just remembered there's people who make their teams exclusively one element, and I'm getting scared about it again. Because since I first started playing, my favorite mechanic has been the elemental reactions. These graphics settings don't feel right. This might be the first time I've opened the game since I reinstalled it. Let me. Oh, it defaults to low? Seems right. I'll just knock the overall volume down a notch just in case. So you can hear my lovely voice. Oh hey, I could remove the intended for mature audiences scroller. Cause Twitch just has that built in now. I mean, there is my YouTube VODs, but just claim everything. Oh mama! I might have to do some gambling real quick with all this shit I got. What do I have? I have 30 intertwined fates. What the fuck? Was I saving those or something? What witches are there right now? Show me. I haven't met you. Oh, I hate her. Sorry. Well, I don't have any standard wishes. How many? It said I had enough for 8. Fucking look at the event in case I can still get Kaya's outfit. Don't give me shit. Yummy yummy. Silence. This might not be the Kaya outfit quest event. Whatever. But it's not this one either.
Huh. Seems Jean wants our help with something. We should go pay a visit to the Knights of Avonius when we have him.
I missed you, Playboy. Wah. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't care what this is. I kinda care. Because I need those. I'm always in dire need of skill upgrade materials.
Once there was a glorious.
I know all about the Glorious Kingdom. Uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh. She's shit-talking me. I don't care about either of these. Stop annoying me. Why?
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Mondstadt welcomes me. You know. Don't. It's gonna open the community in a fucking browser window. Care about the version highlights. Just stop bugging me. I wanna look at that. I have enough Mora. I have enough Mora. I'm fine. Oh. Oh! The World Quest stuff is collapsible now, that's nice. Dawn, navigate. Thank you! God. A lot of these unfound teleport points in Sumeru are going to piss me off. Whatever. 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 I forgot I can't just switch elements here. Yeah. Sumeru. Bring me to Sumeru. Teleport. Da-da-da-da. Let me in. Wait. Twitter just gave me an ad for Roborock. I thought it said Robocock and I got really excited. It's not. Maybe someday. It is very pretty here. There's a navigation thing right there. Alright, hang on. Well, I will stay my stronger version of the Traveler first while I kill these clowns.
Windblade.
Why do I have food effects? What do I eat? Down here. Switch to this while I remember. What am I doing on Dendroculus? Dendroculi? It's worship statue, right? Oh, hey! No, not even close. I forgot the numbers are really high in this region. God damn. Scary down there. Potato. Okay, let me open it.
I'll keep this close.
Is that all that was in the chest? Oh, it just took a while. Okay. Get me out of here! I'm not here for you. Teleport. I should check where my collie's at when I load in. I do really like collie. They did not finish localizing the manga in an official capacity after that, did they? 'Cause they didn't. There was a web comic leading up to the release of Genshin that, among other things, introduced Kali. And it was really nice, but MiHoYo didn't bother finishing the official English release yet. And I don't think they have.
Actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Oh yeah, the Sub-Zero's festival quest was in fact the very last thing I did last time I played. Aww,
And
it was a really good quest.
did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
My favorite bench. Okay, into the teapot we go. That's a joke, I don't think I have any benches in my teapot. I'm not sure there are any benches you can put in your teapot. I haven't checked. I need to do more with my teapot. Just not right now. Yeah, this one. This is from Quest, I know him.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first.
We're straight up not sitting on the bench.
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end, and not a moment too soon. Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Another win for autism.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Oh, was I just straight up at the end of Sumeru last time? Because that's usually when the asking the Archon questions stuff happens. Oh, I expected a bit more. Oh. I'm sure there's probably interlude quests.
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the Traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me. Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria. It seems like the Traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that.
I mean, it's 3 words. I think it's pretty easy to figure it out.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left.
Oh, there's a box down there in the water. Hang on,
Puzzle
let me
has
just dive
life
down
and
there and
death
get
at
it.
stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Teyvat's.
Why do you look like
To be
Catherine?
accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The
Great.
Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has
Oh,
always
right, you're a
been linked to
terminal.
the Akasha.
I forgot.
I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnaya.
Confirmed.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
Let's go.
Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a
So
way to
many
save
internet
Irminsul is
friends.
my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough. There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve. Even
There's
though
definitely
the
gotta
city's
be more
residents
quests
haven't
here.
noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't
Is there-
broken the Sub-Zero Samsara, the situation could have become
They're still
dire.
talking about the
I tried
threads
to do
that
some
were left
investigating in
untied.
the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming. You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up?
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
The sage is convinced
there's
everyone
more
to
boxes
believe
down there.
being unable
Let me
to
go.
dream is a
Let
sign
me
of
get 'em.
rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research.
You're not
Besides,
immune.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
Damn.
Got it!
It sucks
I
here.
hope the answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The
Wanna.
Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future.
Fine.
Leave everything to us.
What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever
Happy
had.
birthday!
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
She doesn't even know.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
It was 5 seconds ago.
We can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Stop. I'm not doing that right now. Those rewards suck.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh?
Yes, can
let
you
me
draw
think.
my OC?
Oh, how about this? Please attend
Eating
the
a
Academia's
sandwich.
academic symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Okay.
Say what?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
You're doing some tricks on me.
That's not any better.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Ah, so it's Nahida.
Hoop isn't yelling at my door,
Catherine wouldn't crack
but I don't
those
want to let
kinds
her
of
in because she
jokes.
threw up in here
When did
earlier.
you get into her head?
From when she said, "Ad Astra Abyssosque."
Oh, she's gonna be so
it's been
scared
you this
when
whole
she wakes up.
Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
What'd you dream
It was
about?
another dream about the Subzerus festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream,
I wish I could have had
was
a
sitting in the
prolonged
middle
side
of the
quest
flower
about it.
terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Subzerus festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
No, we aren't pitying you.
Autism
That would
win
only
once
make
more.
everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
It's been 2 minutes,
Yes, I
Paimon.
paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Subzerus festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Stop advertising me fruits and veggies.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're weary of me.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too risky.
You mean
Huh?
it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't
Yeah.
involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences.
Okay, I guess I don't
After
get to
all,
have good ideas.
Every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Yeah.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
No.
Taria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every
Can
time the
vaguely
Subzerus
remember.
Festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert
Maybe it's
and
you.
was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city
She's
are
so
working as
sad,
mercenaries.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she
In which
shone
language?
like the brightest star in the night sky.
Quickly.
Later on,
We should have
she was chosen by the sun.
like half dozen countries
The star
that
was
you
given a place in
mashed
the
together into
daytime sky
one.
to
Is that
complement
language
the
from?
sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it,
It's no longer just a
Sataria's hung
metaphor.
up on the research
Metaphor.
opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She
This
suppressed
is a lot about our
of
society.
guilt, but before she realized it, She had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Cetaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our
Okay.
chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Next long bit of dialogue, I'll let Fuka. Wrong direction.
This should be Cetaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should I ask the fortune teller about Cetaria?
Fuka, come in!
No, I already
What?
have enough information on Cetaria. The
Baby!
most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Talking style and key characteristics?
Hi, Fuka!
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
Hi, Fuka.
The
Stay away from
divine
your
voice
puke
of
paper
wisdom
towel.
often echoes between mine ears.
Yeah?
If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to
What?
show you the way.
Yeah, you're so loud.
Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Fuka.
Of course, of course. In that case...
She already wants to leave? Kitties. Yeah?
Uh-huh. It would
That was a
seem that
bad
Harut
meow.
and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Yeah.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
She doesn't even know.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Fuka.
Health
Divine my prospects and health.
No problem at all.
Do you want to leave?
The gods have spoken.
Fuka, you're so loud. Want out?
Your
Yeah?
life shall continue on
Hi.
for many tens of thousands of years.
Oh,
Impossible.
sweet.
Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've
Fuka.
never read a fortune so absurd.
Fuka, are you gonna go or not? Fuka.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
Ahem. I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
Oh, she's looking
If
her
you
ass.
were
Okay.
to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Fuka, would you reverse my wheels of fate for a treat? You gonna scratch your ear?
Is
Alright.
this another one of Cetaria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Cetaria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught one of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Fuka's laying
Speaking
down.
of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy. All our goods
Catherine's
are
gonna
sure
wake
to
up
meet
some
your
big
every
bills.
need.
This should be our final stop. Sitaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
Okay.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all,
Let's go.
I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this
not-
restaurant
that's not what
has
it's
a
about,
basement as
Paimon.
well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Gonna put in a good word for her as God. That's what I would do if I was God of Wisdom. If I was God of Wisdom, I would put everyone in college forever.
Be enough for Sitaria.
If they wanna.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sitaria face her problems.
Sitaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although
yeah.
it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sitaria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sitaria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So how do we set that up?
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sitaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be weary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly,
we'll
get
shit
through
up.
to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
I was paying zero attention. I hope they give me
Best of luck?
ample hints.
But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Hi, Fuka.
That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You want back out?
You're not wrong. It's
No,
always
slow
been
down.
painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
Fuka. Are you gonna go out or not? I have a dialogue choice to make, Fuka. Are you gonna leave or not? Hey. Come on. Come on, Fuka. Get her out. Go on. Okay. Fuka gone forever. Try my best.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're
We're
doing
gonna have
this
to
help
gaslight her.
everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
To the clock I go! To the clock I go! I should have paid attention to what time I need to go to. 12 to 18. Just stand here for 24 hours. It's fine. It's normal. It's alright to do this. Alright, I was gonna look at Kali. Let me do that. It's Kali. Yeah. Don't have her ascension materials, so I'm not doing that yet. She's almost... Okay, I don't remember why Ella would sucrose up this much. Huh. I'll research good artifacts for her when I actually have her at a closer level. Not that it matters right now, because I don't think I'm gonna get any quest of combat for a bit.
Oh, here she comes. Satari is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
I won't.
Paimon's starting to feel kinda nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Okay, good. They're not gonna make me sneak over to it myself. Stealth missions in Genshin are hit or miss. There's a chest back there. I want it. Oh, sick. Hey, that's very
right.
suspicious.
You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay,
Doesn't sound like
then.
you did.
You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
It's one of the worst meow
Strange.
sound effects
Your
I've heard.
cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
I don't know.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project
Bye,
at
Mon.
work?
Bye,
I really
Mon.
just want to get it over with.
Cut it out, bye,
I
Mon.
hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Setaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Scary.
Whoa, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too. Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
She definitely did.
Have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her? That must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Setaria.
She's out of games now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
Here's your objective. Walk 2 feet. I do like the
It's
dialogue-heavy
I
quests,
just got caught up in something.
but
Oh,
I also
actually,
like the combat.
didn't you
I wanted
ask
to
me to help you
experience
look for
some.
work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking
I
of,
thought it's more a
how's he
quiz
doing?
than.
Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Fuck if I know.
He's been retired there
Okay,
for a while.
thanks.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this. You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Just pop into her brain. Hi. Sorry I manipulated you. It was to save the country.
Come on! Sataria's...
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Please, please stop!
We're really not in character.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
Did I push too hard? Yes.
She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
I've never spoken to this
Mercenary,
fucking guard.
You're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that
Child's a
belongs
different
to
character.
you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Doing some don't starve low sanity shit to me.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much
Not
I
even
may try
writing
to
home?
ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell
Serendipity
me,
is a good
what
webcomic.
can I do for you?
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zeru's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha.
Whoops.
Let
I
me
hope they can't
see.
detect possession.
Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side! The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch. Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars?
Oh, I can't do shit.
No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars.
I've always believed that.
Okay. Pray to the
let's meet again
truth.
tomorrow evening at the Adventurers
That sounds like
Guild.
some Ace Attorney shit. Wait. Ace Attorney has a law god. And Fontaine is also that. Oh. Next version's gonna be some Ace Attorney shit. 19 to whom? 24. Not that it matters, I can just play it safe. I love standing in place for 24 hours. I could have gone and found that chest I saw earlier. Oh well. What if it had a puzzle? It was a wooden chest, so probably not. But you never know. An achievement. Give me your fucking primos. Yep. Ooh. What? Oh! That must be the ancient civilization for Sumeru. Although I thought the fucking desert would have that. I haven't been in the desert much. I just got one statue.
Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
True.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Why do they bother writing in the
Maybe
player
it's
name
just a coincidence.
if
Maybe Sataria
the
figured out a
voiceover
way to not only
doesn't
distract the guards, but also to get everyone
replaces
to
it
go to
with
sleep
pronouns
early,
or
just so we
traveler
can
anyway?
exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well,
It'd probably be easier
as long as you're here with us,
in terms of
Paimon feels a little
variables.
safer.
Like, traveler's traveler, you don't even need a variable for that. And the pronouns are just a toggle, in this case. Still cute to see,
There really aren't many people out right now.
but
Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the
that's
Academia,
because I
and that
didn't
Sataria managed
do a
to distract all
username.
the guards.
I gave my traveler an actual name. A lot of people do some username shit to their travelers, from what I've seen. I can't show you, because I'm in a quest that doesn't allow co-op. But I've seen them. You've probably you at home have probably seen more of it than me if you play Genshin, because I'm some freak who doesn't like the co-op outside of certain events. Who cares? Cutscene. Ah, microphone. Everyone's so scared forever.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Aww.
Ah, the
Seems to be a
triumphant
setup.
hero returns
It was a
at
trap.
last.
You!
Another spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast. past, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
The Doctor? Doctor Who?
If you're looking
Laugh.
for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
Most colleges don't place bugs on you. What are you doing to these people?
City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious.
You have an audio jack on your
As
earring.
you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world.
I do that. You?
My experiment
Why?
is a success.
What's up your collar,
And now
slut?
it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we
Start
do?
killing them! Start killing!
People! Leave now. You need to get out of here. What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here! Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru!
Turn green!
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
Also, her gnosis isn't in Catherine. It's somewhere else. She'll be fine.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties
I assume
with
not.
your own consciousness.
You never know.
Possess such a powerful mind.
I mean,
You must be
the Shogun's gnosis was in a
God
fucking
of
box.
wisdom.
Anything can happen. Tibet has its own laws. I still don't I still don't get that tooltip. Like, even at the fucking gliding license quest line, where it was actually like, hey, you gotta do this to avoid breaking the law. One of the few substantial story-wise instances of that. It did not matter. You could just do anything you want, as long as you have the mechanics unlocked.
Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
Unless it means laws of physics, in
Is
which case,
going to be
yeah.
okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2.
Hey, poopy!
Scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria
He
did
did?
say that someone
It's
who
been a
once got
while
expelled from the
since I did that
academia
quest.
came back recently, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui.
Everyone's in cahoots with the Fatui, I'm sorry.
Time.
You gotta.
Another gnosis?
This is the 4th time. You gotta be used to it by now.
Things would be a lot easier with Nahita's help. Nahita said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project.
The NVIDIA
Even though
GeForce
he turned it down
Forest?
at the time, he
The
might
NVIDIA
still know
GeForest?
something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
The gays? That's definitely a world quest that will unlock a mechanic for me. But maybe it's one that I won't need for the rest of the Archon quest line. One can hope. I love the loading. I love watching little critters spawn in midair and fall while I'm gliding. There was this one time I like gliding from the frost nail on top of Dragonspine. And I swear there was a time I was doing that and a salamander just spawned right next to me. Aw, doggies. Sag! You're on strike. You hanging out here? Take good care of the doggy squad. Can I grab those berries without triggering the quest? Whoa. Why was that grass glowing? Scary. They're peaches. Okay. Okay, the objective in this area, it's the smallest circle known to man.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
I was in the town first.
You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? An outcast from the Academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
Generic enemy voice.
You're up, Traveler!
I don't remember how to...
Following orders.
Get him!
No, I'm Beto.
Propagate!
That's close enough.
Dude, get down from there. Okay. Well, I don't care about the Dendrogranum. Get me out of here.
Let the show begin.
Need more.
He turned it to sand.
No one escapes my sights.
Get blasted.
I'll protect us. It isn't over yet. Here comes reinforcements.
You haven't won yet.
You won this one.
Neat.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tighnari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
How do I'm not in combat? Stench of Chrono. Come on. Oh, is it already complete? I don't remember what these look like. Is there a Gnosis around here? I mean, Oculus, not a Gnosis. Uh-oh. That would be scary. Right, that's not just a marker? Yeah, it's not a marker from me. If I were at Oculi, where would I go? I wish I knew where the reputation shit was in Sumeru so I could work towards unlocking the Oculi Seeker thing. Don't think it's down here. Right? Yeah, no. There's probably some world quest involved in unlocking it that I haven't done yet. Pretty sure there was one for Inazuma.
I think I'll start with these questions. Rainforest survival guide.
The rainforest is the best place to live.
Kali! Kali, hello! Fuck!
It's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
Kale! It's nice to see you again!
Kale?
Are you doing alright?
To be honest,
I think everyone pronounces
I'm
it
not doing
differently.
too well.
That is an
My
issue in
Elazar
this
has been
game.
progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale!
Probably doesn't help that you've incorporated your Elazar into your color scheme.
Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tighnari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
He left? But isn't Tighnari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of.
Sounds like something
Master
foul
Tighnari
might be running amok.
in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tighnari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tighnari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
Friends. Send these rubbies. Let me take a picture. Oh, fuck. Looking at camera doesn't work in pose. When you pose. Yeah. That'll do. Yay! Okay, come on. Huh. I do have that teleport waypoint. Oh, hi, Catherine. Gee, I wonder.
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
You don't have to check.
It's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
I mean, he told us it was just controlling the terminals.
And I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Okay.
Paimon feels like only the
Sure.
real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away
We're still
my
in
true
so much
identity when I
danger.
restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started
Pointing
messing
at
with
me.
the Akasha. Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us.
Yeah.
What a nasty piece of work.
He is.
Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Let's find another way to attack him.
How did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in.
We were teleporting.
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay. Let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
He'll be fine. He lives in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Give me this water. Ooh, why does the grass keep glowing under my feet? Huh? Thought I saw something. I did not. Hi, you're not Tainari.
Traveler?
Oh, it's you!
It is you!
It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
The first fucking character I saw is back again.
She's
in
the
Sumeru.
scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the, what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
More pronunciation probably could have been tweaked.
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it! Congratulations!
Good for you.
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
Stop shaking like that.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now.
Back to the brain
Hold my hand.
dungeons!
I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
God, those pixels are crusty. A small price to pay to run a game this high quality.
Betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Oh hey, why are we talking to you?
My fury will never be quelled.
I didn't expect you to be part of the Archon quest. I thought I'd have to do a side quest to
First to betray
see
me
this
was
shit.
a god, my creator, my mother.
Wrong divine. This isn't the divine we wanted to
Valiant
connect
strength
to.
above all. She saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. consumed by fear. He saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest.
As a child.
Powerless before his mortality.
You're mad at a child for dying? Bro.
Humans.
You're fucked in the head.
They can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories?
I don't know who that
Which
is!
what we know about him.
Wait. That might have. Is that his. I think that's Fizzy's Fitsui's idol.
Consciousness that Hypatia was talking about.
I thought Paimon was spoiling his story quest.
Such a majestic god! Such a noble will!
I'm too used to the fact that
emotion.
a bunch of fucking Tumblr ads,
Shame.
official Tumblr ads made by MiHoYo, fucking spoiled that story quest as soon as it was added.
The immortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God, please grant me forgiveness and salvation.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Peripurna life, but rather...
Ah! You! Why are you so mean to me?
It was so mean to me.
Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Stop here out so much.
That's how I always
Hypatia
thought
does sound
everything
like the name
should
of a
be.
disorder.
Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
She has disorders. Put the drugs away. No, she's just leaving them here for us. Okay.
Wait, something isn't right.
Is the motherfucker here? Hey guys. Running. I love animation! Ooh. Pretty shiny. Frames. Are we in her brain now? Why do you put her in the orb? I see you. Hey man. Okay. Yippee! Where are you putting me? Hi, Tanari. How'd you get here?
Okay, we finally lost him.
Exclamation
Are
point.
you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places?
Oh, there's a little fucking thing back there.
Also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes,
I forgot about his
I would have
fucking
never believed it.
mint chocolate eyes.
I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zeru's festival.
Yeah.
Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana, correct? Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased
His
right
gloves
away.
have toe beans
As for
printed
the
on them.
complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed
Awesome.
that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side. So, I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Di and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have
Yeah,
two
that's
Fatui
definitely the
Harbingers in
Satsui
Sumeru.
title.
Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Ribat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Oh, I should do that Sealy while I see it, so I don't lose it later. Come on. Neither of you see me, please. Pretty please. Thank you. Hey, man. It's a wooden chest up there, I think. Oh, it's right here. That was quick.
A reward on the road.
I recall those usually being a lot longer. Caravan Ribbit. I already have a teleport point right there. It's a good thing I got that Statue of the Seven way forever ago. That loading screen went by too fast for me to catch up on funny tweets. I don't browse my public Twitter very often, but my private Twitter's timeline I read like the morning paper.
It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Staring at it.
Enough gawking.
Hi!
Come on, follow me.
Oh, you're here?
Over here.
You know
He went
things?
that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the? Where did she go?
What the?
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Capsule?
Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Let's go! Yep, I can teleport straight there too. I have done a bit of exploring, despite how much I say that I do not like it here. Because that is greatly outweighed by how much I love exploring in this game.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the
tanking our
desert
frame
folk.
rate.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Oh. Oh, okay. Scary. Oh. Who was that? You!
Here
I forgot your name again. He's also from the manga. You have a very geo-themed spear.
Simon.
Not how I expected it to be pronounced.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
I'm really
Judgment?
mad about how people
So that's
talk
how you'd
about
characterize your
muscles
actions here, is it?
on
Or would
Twitter.com.
elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
He's
Though
so
styled
cute.
like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
What is happening here?
Who is that, Al-Hatham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
Nightmare.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Hatham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of
49
his
steps
mouth.
today, according to Pigman
I've
Bloom.
been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Hatham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Hatham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you?
It's
and why,
pretty.
as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great, finally!
Looking directly into the camera.
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems
We are
like
just outside of
someone's
it.
gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
I'm gonna eat a cracker.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
I don't let her talk. Oh, wind.
Oh, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
That lantern in there
Another
fucking sucks.
sandstorm?
There's another
What's
one.
up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Dipshits. Where are you putting me? Wrenching me from one scene to another. What was that? Progress. Melon!
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Awkward.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb?
What the fuck is
Sure,
play
why not?
sardines?
Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief.
Resting boobly in
I will
here.
have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Why are you so yassified?
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us.
Her back metal
So
piece
please,
is
have an honest and sincere
a
conversation
beetle
with one
combined
another
with a bird.
and put your hostile feelings to rest.
You're...
If
They
anyone
just
dares to
grabbed
start anything again while they are under this roof,
as
I will
much
not
Egyptian
hesitate to send them
imagery
off
as
for
they
some
could and
quality
crammed into
time with
one
the creatures of
character.
the sandstorm.
I fucking hate it here.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
I keep complaining about the... I keep
And
spending so
that
much
goes
time
for
complaining
you
about the
too,
character
Miss
design that
D.
I'm missing the dialogue.
Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
You seemed like you had plenty to
While
hide.
Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Let's kill him.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion.
They are just saying shit
Answer
to
me
me.
this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not
shading.
made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And
Okay.
now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
What's going
That's
on
more
with the
like it.
shading on her,
I missed
one of
you
her
all so much,
pigtails?
Candace.
Who's growling at me? Who goes there?
What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no
I'll
longer
probably
at
have to
each
wrap
other's
up
throats,
stream after
please
this
make yourselves at
quest
home.
is done.
I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Not the full quest time.
Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
I have the power of
just
God
leave 'em to
and anime on
Candace.
my side.
Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
Great. Okay.
The wind's
Dangling
died down.
gameplay in front of my face and then
over, right?
taking it away from me.
Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Oh?
Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Is there anything I can steal in here? Can I take your stuff? I can sit on your stool. Sitting so politely. I can't cook on your shitty ass stuff. Oh, the specter of Komeda is very visible on the loading screens. On the dark variant, at least. I don't remember him being so big. What the hell happened there? I might change the mature audiences ticker to just a bunch of stars, because I do like having a rotating bit of text up there. And then for the sake of the YouTube VODs, I can just put a mature audiences warning on the waiting screen. Because I usually start all my streams on that. There's a Sealy over there. Can I make it across there super fast? No. Well, I can do this. Okay. Can you this, Ely? Awesome birds! Where'd you go? Hey. Up there. Your deal's up here! Awesome! We don't have to keep going back to, like, 3 locations in Inazuma. Oh, there's a fucking scorpion over there.
A reward on the road.
Oh, I'm experiencing the wonders of the video game again! Hi, Candace. Let me just swoosh right in.
Whew. Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing
Why
with
are the
these
Red Wolves here?
time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah, here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Let the show begin.
Missed.
To ashes!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? Go, go, Baron One!
Oh.
I'll protect us. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of him?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Yeah, why do your
Well fought,
sandstorms
everyone.
around here make
No
rift hounds
injuries,
appear?
I
I don't remember what they were called exactly. It's been a minute. It's been a grip.
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
Implying you're not the
I am
elderly.
the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering.
Sacred stone.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Oh, they
Village
died.
Keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds?
Dude,
Village Keeper
we're
is
new
how
here.
Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia.
Bro, he was
Most
not
of
this
them are
much of a dick
scholars
in
who
the
lost
manga.
their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if
I
you
want
will.
to punch you in the face.
If you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Can that spot double as a good stopping point for the night? Oh, there's coconuts up there.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm
Ingredients.
still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, Traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
He doesn't even know.
So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really
need to
must
meet
have
better
met Lesser Lord
liars.
Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said
Sorry
than
for
done,
barking.
especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Itchy ear.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Where are you? Another cracker from me.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time. Various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over them.
Huh?
Maybe I do believe in a loving God, after all.
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
La-di-da-da. Let me out of the building. Come on. I just noticed the stream element spot has a fucking partner check mark. What's up with that? Where'd you get that?
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Quest completed! Good stopping point! Accomplished! Alright. Navigate you. But I will then not do the quest. I'll close things up. Alright. How many is it each? 160. Oh, I'm 10 primos away from getting not 10, a whole 10 pull of the standard banner. Alright. I will deal with that some other time. 3-hour stream. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yep, it did. It did in fact open this. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. There. These clouds. Sitting back there. So polite. Oh. I was about to start talking about the Apollo Justice ports, because now that I'm seeing the Apollo Justice ass background here, but I don't have to, because I just remembered I talked about that on a stream much closer to that announcement. So we're good. So I'm just gonna leave. Goodbye.